Good evening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you this evening. And the topic I've chosen to speak about is fathers and how important they are in the lives of children. A lot of times you see fathers depicted on TV as they're the joke, they're the butt of all jokes. And if there's a father there, he's just kind of like almost like a necessary evil. And that's not how fathers should be. That's not how they should be looked at. Fathers are important in the roles of in all stages of the development of children. Having a father figure in life is important. It's important in the child's growth and their social, and emotional, and spiritual development, and it's overlooked a lot of times, and the responsibility is not taken by the father. Effects of the father begin at birth. Children who have an involved father are likely to be more emotionally secure, confident, and explore their surroundings as they grow older and have better social connections. And this was published in Psychology Today. They learn to interact with, instead of just having a mom there, as long as they have a male father figure there, they learn to interact with people different ways, with different sexes, different ways. They learn to deal with their situations. They're more apt to explore different things. They're willing to do this because if their father's always been there, they know that their father's there and has got their back and will back them up on their choices that they make. And if that choice don't work out for him, he's there. The father's there for him to learn from. Any man can be a father, can father a child, but it takes love and effort to be a dad. A lot of times, being a dad is, it's just that more of an emotional connection than just being a father. And the statistic I came across, 39% of children in grades 1 through 12 live in homes absent a biological father. When you think about that, that's 4 out of 10 children don't have their biological father in their life. And most of those don't have a father figure in their lives. That should be of concern to all of us. We see where children wind up in society and wonder why they're there, and it's because they don't have that male role figure there for them to be an example to. Children are more likely to get in trouble when there's no father in their lives, no father figure in their lives. 85% of youth that's in jail, it's talking about juvenile jail, grow up in a home without a father, and that's an astounding number that happens. And then children that grow up in these homes and go on to adulthood are twice as likely to go to jail as an adult. So just think about, if we can convince fathers to be more involved in their lives, what would our jails look like? It shows that having a dad in life makes a big difference. And those, just by those numbers, we see what a difference that having a father in a life makes. He's there to help with discipline and also allows mothers to be at home more. In a home with single mothers, a lot of times 60% of the mothers are working at least 2 jobs. A lot are working 3 jobs, and that keeps them away from the family, and that gives the child more time to get in trouble and do things they shouldn't do. And yes, all these things are alarming, but it's one thing to point them out, but what can we do to help with these things? Experienced fathers, older fathers, they can be there for advice and encouragement, or a mentor. Or maybe the most important, and probably the most important thing, is to be an example. If you have children that are fathers or grandchildren, be an example to that man on what a dad should do. And as we come across these fathers and encounter them, tell them how important their job is in their child's life. Nobody wants to have a child that, nobody sets out with the goal of a child getting in trouble, going to jail or whatever. Show the father it falls back on them. And notice there I said encourage and not criticize. If you see a dad needs being more involved, ask him what's going on and try to help him out with his life. And as far as church goes, if a mother attends church regularly with her children, but without a father, only 2% will become churchgoers as adults. If a father attends church regularly with his children, even without the mother, 44% will become regular churchgoers. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. That's a big number, a big difference in the amount of children that go to church or at church as adults. What advice does the Bible give about raising children? Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, even when he is old, he will not depart from them. As men in church, as fathers in church, it's our job to teach our children right from wrong. We don't put it off on the mothers. It's our job as men to teach our children. And it says it will not depart from them. They'll remember it. Lessons you learned as a child, no matter how old you are, you will remember that for the rest of your life. Proverbs 1:27, 3-5 says, "Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward, like arrows in the hand of a warrior. So are children of one's youth. How blessed is the man who has a quiver full of them. They will not be ashamed when they speak to their enemies at the gate." Otherwise, we need to realize that children are a blessing. They're not a burden. They're one of God's greatest blessings for us. And I think the main thing we should teach our fathers is, if we teach them that children are truly God's greatest blessings, and we can help fathers become great dads. And that goes back to saying any man can father a child, but it takes a loving man to be a dad. I want to thank you for your time and allowing me to speak to you tonight on this, what I feel is a very important thing going on in our society today, is having fathers involved in our lives. Thank you.